Yo, Joes, and members of Cobra Command, this is your buddy Steven with a very important announcement. No, I'm not cosplaying Ambush. Can you believe it? This is actually for work. No, the important announcement is today's my birthday. The 19th of November 2018, I am 34 years old today, and I have some Joe goodness to share with myself and with you. So let's crack on, shall we? First up, gift from Paul Loebscher. Paul has a very interesting concept when it comes to wrapping gifts. But it was a very impromptu thing, so we'll forgive him that. It is none other than Law, version 1. I have never had this action figure in my life, and he's a pretty snappy dude. I've always had the Sonic Fighters Law, and that has been a very adequate Law, so I've never sought this guy out. But, you know, you can't beat an original, right? There's something about the combination of powder blue and red that this guy has, which is pretty unique. And let's not forget the fact that Cujo from the podcast calls Sonic Fighters Law Park Ranger Law, and unfortunately now I can't see past that. The green combined with the khaki pants, yeah. Let's have Law in his original flavor. Thank you very much. My buddy L, this one's for you, buddy. And thank you, Paul. It's so nice to have this guy. It's Kurt Bozigian, you know, Mr. G.I. Joe himself. Yep. And I got to meet the guy who this likeness is based off of at JoeCon 2018. Got my picture taken, shook his hand, wonderful guy, and he has a wonderful interest in G.I. Joe. Unlike the people at Hasbro who have just fired, well, laid off, sent away. Probably the last people who were enthusiastic about the brand. Anyways, it's my birthday. Let's not be a downer. And let's crack on with more Joe goodness. This stuff is all bought locally. It was bought on a website called Bid or Buy, which is South Africa's answer to eBay. So all of this stuff actually found its way to the Dark Continent back in the day. So viewers from the United States and the other western parts of the world, I mean, you might see rather unique packaging being pulled out of this box. It's all the way things were distributed here in South Africa. We got a kind of a mishmash of European Joes and stuff from the UK. All right, here we go. This stuff comes from a Bid or Buy store called Ach Please Daddy. If you are a local South African, go check him out. He's always got some cool retro stuff that's worth your time if you're as into this stuff as I am. Oh, it's so nice to wake up to G.I. Joe, vintage G.I. Joe on your birthday. It's the best. I think I'm going to save that for later. Oh, wait, that's... Okay, so it's all in here. And I hope I can... good, I can pull this out in a more appropriate order. I'm going to start with the Vehicle Action Pack, Scuba Pack, Mint on Card, Unpunched. Jeez, I didn't realize it was unpunched. Nice one, Ach Please Daddy. There's actually a song that's Bid or Buy seller's name is based on. Maybe I'll play it for you if copyright will allow me to. Yeah. Ach, please, Daddy, won't you take me to the movies? Failing that, you'll have to do with my impromptu performance. Anyways, this is really cool. It's as you see, it's a G.I. Joe The Action Force package, which means that it was a hybrid. It was when Action Force was being united with its sort of big brother from the United States. And for a year... I think it was either 1980, yeah, it was 1989. For 1 year and 1 year only, it was called G.I. Joe, The Action Force. The story being Action Force teams up with G.I. Joe. The very next year, all the cards said G.I. Joe anyways, so I guess America won that one. But really cool. I will be uncarding this, stickering it, and playing with it in the pool, and I'll hopefully get some cool shots out of that with my GoPro, but you'll have to stick around for that. Moving swiftly along then, to the main prize of the day. Wow. Okay, this is the first time I've ever had a vintage Cobra the Enemy, aka the Cobra Trooper. But this guy's carded, and this is the way we got these guys back in the day. It's an Action Force card with a G.I. Joe sticker hastily stuck over it. You can see it's slightly peeling off, but it's definitely Action Force under there, and it has been rebranded G.I. Joe. This is not quite mint on sealed card, and the reason being, I don't collect mint on card. So when I found out this guy had been previously unsealed, I was all for it, because not only is he a beautifully mint Cobra Trooper, but I can pull him out and play with him, and that's wonderful. It's also wonderful to get this card because it is a rather anomalous card. As you can see, it's 1985 and 1986 characters plus a few, I suppose, hot sellers from previous years, like the Cobra Trooper. You can see him over there, and of course, Storm Shadow over there. So yeah, I mean, it's, as I say, an interesting hybrid time and a wonderful specimen. As I say, I've never had a Cobra Trooper in all my years. I mean, I've got the kind of reissues that happened in the early 2000s, but those guys used the roadblock arms. So, the part swapping isn't 100% authentic, especially if you want the garrots and the grenades. I mean, those arms are unique. I presume the molding got lost somewhere along the line. Maybe when it took its trip to fun school in India. So wonderful to have this, and so wonderful to have him in this condition with card, but also I can take him out, and I most definitely shall. One rub, it doesn't come with the Dragunov sniper rifle, but that's okay, because I kind of envision these guys toting the AKs instead, and I've got lots of extra Cobra Officer AKs, so I'll be arming him with one of those. But also interesting to note the grey file card, because naturally the original United States version would be on peach. So this is indeed an oddity, and so fun to find it with its price sticker, 9 rands 99 cents. Gosh, that's not very much at all. We didn't know how good we had it. But I've got it now, regardless of the cost, and these were very affordable actually. So I think I'm going to can the video. I'm going to get to playing and get these guys out of their packages, and hopefully the next time you see me, we'll be getting wet with the scuba pack. Later. And here we've got a little location switch to the exterior, and the scuba pack has been fully stickered. That was the most insanely, blisteringly fast stickering I've ever done of any G.I. Joe thing. But it was all for your benefit at home, dear viewers. And there is a beautiful asymmetry to the stickers. It's really cool that we've got G.I. Joe over there. The reverse side has the danger, and then over here we've got the danger down there. So there's a lot of danger to using this scuba pack. The fins are removable, and they are unique, wonderful design. Quite short, stubby ones. but that's cool. It won't interfere with the button. It arrives in its active position out of the package. So you've got to select the deactivated position so you can get a good lead time on that wind. Basically go till you feel a little bit of extra tension, or maybe you'll hear a firmer click, but I think that's sufficient. And then when you release it, what's really cool is it doesn't sort of blow its wad within the first few seconds. It kind of has a steady pace to it, which should help it power through the water at a more even keel and not sort of go and then kind of stall. But we'll be putting that to the test. And who will be our diver? Well, the card indicates good old Wetsuit down there, which is an interesting throwback to a 1986 figure on a 1988 piece of equipment. That's a bit of a cheat, if I do say so myself. On the reverse, we've got Hit and Run. Yeah, that's a little bit better. And certainly, you know, if you consider that Wetsuit already had a kind of an accessory that would help him power through the water, and he already had his own fins, this becomes a little bit redundant. There is, however, a precedent for this man using a scuba pack. Yes, indeedy, the comic book that threw Snake Eyes up against Cobra Commander also included a sequence of Storm Shadow performing a very, very impressive infiltration mission, underwater infiltration mission into the Silent Castle. So that's why he is my logical choice for using the scuba pack. You want to get a nice firm push onto this thing. This was made by Tomy, but they managed to get the right sizing for their back plugs. Problem is, because he can't seat all the way down on the back plug, you can't really bring this rubber hose comfortably over his face. And I know we're famous for pushing the boundaries of G.I. Joe, but I don't know if I want to risk it. Do I? Oh, for you, dear viewers, the world. And it looks pretty good. I mean, you can assume that he's pulled his mask down and he's put his Octo in his face hole. Yeah, there you go. You're just needing to attach your fins, my boy, and you are ready to roll. Okay, here we go. Oops. Lock it off. Wind it up. I think he's going to execute a right turn, so let's deflect the rudder to the right. Put him in the water, and off he goes. Bye! Cute. That's it, guys, for my mystery G.I. Joe unwrapping. I'm gonna head off to my sister's place and hang out with my niece and nephew now, and then take in some dinner and some drinks with some mates afterwards. Thank you for joining me for this impromptu little video. We will get back to the more involved G.I. Joeberg webisode stuff, I assure you. I have scripted and shot probably about 75% of a 5-part series. The only problem is my hardware is not up to the task of editing it. So as soon as I've got some new equipment, I'll be able to put that stuff out. So don't worry, I haven't forgotten about what we like to chiefly concern ourselves with here at G.I. Joburg. It's like the podcast is a side project. What I really want to be doing is, filming myself playing with toys. Anyways, guys, have a great day wherever you are, and yo, Joe.